Hi, before this video properly starts, there's just a few things I want to say. Mainly that, sorry this took so long to be uploaded. I tried to edit it to have more moving images in the corner and it really wasn't, my computer wasn't having it. So there's just like a still image, which I hope is okay. Secondly, I ramble so much in this video. It's so annoying. Sometimes the image is just still on the background because I'm rambling for so long. So I'm really sorry about that. Feel free to skip whatever you want. And yeah, that's basically all I really wanted to say. Thank you so much for almost 1,000 subscribers and 11,000 views on the first version of this video. It's so cool. I didn't know I would grow that quickly or that much at all. So thank you and enjoy the video. Hi, new video. This one's a sequel to the video I did about a month ago where I designed the main characters of the first series of Warrior Cats. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers from that and my other videos, and also thank you for like 1.4k views I think it's at today on that previous video. It really means a lot. I'm really glad that people have found my videos and enjoy them, and I'm glad that I got quite a few comments on the last video in this series. It really means a lot. I love replying to people. I try and reply to every comment basically. But someone in the comments of that video requested that I do some designs for the new prophecy. So as you can see in the background, obviously I'm designing Squirrelflight or Squirrelpaw as she was in that series. I already have a design that you can see there that I'll pop up a few images of, like the one that's on screen right now and then some other ones. And yeah, so this one was pretty quick because it was basically just drawing something that I draw a lot, because Squirrelflight, I think her and Crowfeather are pretty much my top two favourite warrior cats. Like I just love them so much. They're my favourites definitely, along with like Mothflight and some other random characters. But yeah, I apologise if I say things as if I'm seeing them, but when you listen to the video they're out of sync. It's because I record the audios watching the video back, but obviously I cut out parts of the audio where I like pause and stuff, so it doesn't always perfectly line up, but hopefully it's not too bad. But as I said, this one, it didn't take that long, so I'll be on to another character in a minute. But yeah, Squirrelflight, I love her so much. I adore her. I'd love for Squirrel Star, but honestly, I think she should probably retire. But yeah, I think she's great. She's such a good character. She was so good to her children, her sister, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, there's my Squirrelflight design. So, onto Bramblestar, or I guess Brambleclaw, he was in this. I really don't like Bramblestar, which might be a bit of a hot take. I'm very much on the side of like the Moon Kitty video about him, which if you haven't seen, brilliant video, that he's just nasty. He doesn't treat Squirrelflight very well, and obviously I love Squirrelflight like I've just spoken about for a couple minutes. So yeah, I'm really not a fan of him or his character. He's boring. Hawkfrost is so much cooler than him, which is really saying something, because Hawkfrost is dead and Bramblestar has been around for a lot longer, but Hawkfrost is still a lot more memorable and just a nicer character. But yeah, I couldn't figure out the tail on this design. Even the sketches were not turning out right, so I just did my good old trick of just fold it back on itself if you can't fit it in. This is another design. The first, I think, 3 are that I've already designed in the past. So they are basically just me redrawing my old designs, because I'm happy with basically all the designs I've made already. So I didn't really feel like redoing a design just for this video. But yeah, he's very Tiger Star looking. I haven't designed Tiger Star yet, but he will look like this kind of shape, like the muzzle and all that, who kind of looks like my OC Hound Star, which I'll pop her up. She's from my main OC story that I'm working on a comic and animated series for, so if you want to see videos about that, I can do that actually, because I have a few speed paints backed up about them. And yeah, so he's just basic kind of Brambleclaw design, brown tabby, got the scar. I don't remember where he got the scar or how, but it's there. It was on the original design, so I added it back in. But yeah, I don't have a lot to really say about him. I don't like him. His design's okay, and that's basically it for him, really. I gave him a few stripes, didn't want to make it too complicated. Oh yeah, and I gave him the little star, because I know in this arc he isn't Bramblestar yet, but this design is for Bramblestar. So yeah, that's my design for Bramblestar. Okay, so on to my favourite warrior cat of all time. I don't know why I'm so attached to Crowfeather, but he's one of my highest kins on my kin list. He has been for years. I suddenly just decided, probably mid 2020, that I was gonna obsess over him. Honestly, like late 2019 probably. I don't know what it is. I love him. He's a piece of shit, but he's my piece of shit, so it's okay. Only notable things about this really, he's got feathers on his tail, which are from Feathertail, so you'll see them in her design. I drew them really ugly in her design by accident, but he got them from her because, you know, the feather part of his name is from her. And I would technically add a scar, like, on his flank, just from that one scene where Nightcloud, like, fucking drags him away from a battle with his children, but you know, I didn't. So here's Crowfeather. Okay, so we're now moving into the territory of warrior cats that I don't have designs for previous to this video. So this cat is Tawny Pelt, and then the last two are Feathertail and Stormfur, who I also didn't have designs for. I don't really have an opinion on Tawny Pelt. I think she's cool. She could probably beat me up. Yeah, basically. I know there's a lot of ships with like her and Squirrelflight or her and Feathertail, which I think are great. I don't like Rowan Star or their children really. I'm not bothered. Oh, speaking of ships, I really like Crowfeather and Squirrelflight. I wish that was a thing. It's so much better. It would mean no Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight. But yeah, Tawny Pelt just kind of picked some random greys and browns, because I don't know, she's like a calico, right? But I never saw her as like a black and red. She's just like, I don't know. I did this weird thing where I just did swirls and then I coloured them darker than whatever's behind them, so some stripes have like the brown and the grey, just because I thought that looked okay. I don't draw tabbies decently very often. I kind of like this one though. I gave her the little dots on her ears that technically Bramblestar should have, but I forgot, so we ignore it. I know Lion Blaze does have them because they're kind of like the spots on a tiger's ears that make it look like there's like eyes, so when things sneak up on them they ignore it or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Tawny Pelt design. I think she's cute. She looks like a good mix of golden flower and whatever tiger star I'll do. I like the colours, I like the design in general, and yeah, I think she's alright. As a character, I don't have many opinions on her, but I like this design. If I ever do any kind of animation project or maps with her, I'd be happy to use this design. And also, speaking of maps, my last video was a call for a Crowfeather map, but it wasn't the actual call, it was just a speed paint for the image. But yeah, that will be out soon, hopefully, so please join that if you can, and here's Tawny Pelt. Right, so on to Feathertail. I really didn't have many opinions on Feathertail for a very long time, until probably about 2 weeks ago, where I finally got around to reading the visual novel, are they called now? The visual novel with her, and it was so good. I love her so much. I wish that Feathertail was also the one that we saw in the new prophecy, because I feel like they kind of just dumbed her down a bit. Like, she didn't really, from my memory, have that much of a character. She was kind of just generic cat that is the female version of her brother, who also has no character. But also, let's involve her with Crowport somehow, even though she's like a grown warrior and he is a child, which I didn't like. But yeah, I like her a lot now after that. I had a lot of trouble picking her colours, as you can see from behind here, but she has those feathers in her tail that obviously match her name, and also are the ones that Crowpaw has in his design and Crowfeather has. I don't have a lot to say. I much prefer the more illustrated image of her that I have there, which I'm pretty sure is her, and if not, oh well. Than the kind of blue version of her. I don't really care that much. I might make Silverstream more blue if I ever design her, but I just kind of put more grey stripe into both of them, since honestly, like, Silverstream, she existed, she died, which annoyingly is the fate for a lot of female characters in Warriors, but overall I just feel like grey stripe kind of had more to do with the kits, obviously because he didn't die, but I don't know, something about it, I just made them accidentally look more like him, I guess. I will use this Feathertail design in the Crowfeather map, because I'm gonna have, like, all his old girlfriends and his children and blah blah blah, blah in there. So yeah, obviously Feathertail died, so I'm not gonna have to use her design for any children. So she's more just a one-off, doesn't really match her brother, because I don't really care that much. I just made her pretty, and, like, her tail is big and fluffy for Feathertail, because that's what my brain goes for. And she's kind of just how I think of typical River Clan cats, just like graceful and not too skinny, and I like her eyes. And yeah, that's basically just my Feathertail design. I dulled her down a little bit afterwards to make her more grey though. Okay, so we're on to the final cat, which is Stormfur. I genuinely have zero thoughts on Stormfur. He was okay in the graphic novel. I don't remember anything about him from any books or anything like that. He genuinely just was like generic cat who had a dead sister now. So, good for him. His design, he's meant to be a dark grey tom with amber eyes. I did that. It gave him some darker markings, some lighter markings, because he's meant to have like a grey muzzle and all that. And that was basically it, because he's just a generic grey cat and I didn't really have any feelings about him at all. So we're basically done talking about the designs at this point, even though this will be playing in the background for a little bit. So I guess I wanted to talk about my channel, my videos, my content. If you don't already know or follow me, I have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a TikTok that I'm quite active on. I also have Tumblrs. The Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are all gumiwyrms, like my YouTube. And my Tumblrs will be linked down below. I have one from my original story, which is Amoside WC, and one called Ratbite, which is my Warrior Cat design blog, which all these designs will be up on. Last thing I wanted to talk about was I think I might start doing some maybe audiobook kind of, which sounds really stupid, but like I read stuff like Maple Shade Vengeance, like smaller books like novellas and stuff, and then either do a speed paint or like animate some scenes or just draw for each scene and then have it like that. I'm not sure how people would respond to that. If you think that's something that you would enjoy seeing on this channel, go ahead and comment please. And other than that, here's Stormfur. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this, and again, if you didn't see the last video in this series, I will have it as a card and you can click it from there and watch it. You didn't need to have watched it before you saw this one, but those are, I designed Firepaw, Blue Star, Greypaw, and Ravenpaw, and that seemed to do pretty well, so thank you again for the views on that and the 200 subscribers that I've got since then. You can also check out my other videos. I have an animation meme, a PMV, and yeah, I think that's basically it, and then my last speed paint, which isn't that relevant. I just wanted to get that map idea out there to just kind of seal its fate as I'm doing it. But yeah, again, if you want to see me do those audiobook kind of videos that I talked about, please let me know. And if you want to see any videos on my Warrior Cat original characters for my webcomic and animated series, please also let me know for that, because I really want to do some stuff like that. And obviously I don't want to do it if no one wants to watch, because what's the point in there? But yeah, sorry if I spoke weird in any of this video, or if my voice broke, or if there's weird cuts in audio. I'm still not very used to this, and my voice, as you can probably tell by it being deeper than my last voiceover, is changing a lot because I'm on testosterone, so my voice does crack and it is a bit like weird, and I'm still trying to figure out how to speak as well as trying to learn how to voiceover properly. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you when I do my next video. Please comment. I reply to every single comment that I get, and these designs will be on my design blog linked in the description. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.